Right, so let's get stuck into arbitrage. Now, arbitrage is the only way that you can make constant, guaranteed profit on sports. And the best part is you don't even have to have an interest in sport to take full advantage of arbitrage. Now, arbitrage is where you simultaneously place bets on all possible outcomes of a sport event at odds that guarantee profit regardless of the result. Now, betting both options with the same bookmaker will guarantee a loss. A bookmaker takes their percentage cut out, which in turn takes out your percentage opportunity for an arbitrage or an ARB. Now, betting each option with a different bookmaker can deliver an option for profit, or that ARB, that arbitrage. If you can find a little higher odds for one of the options, that is when you're going to see more room for profit. Now, let's give you an example. Let's say Ferrer is playing Nadal, and Ladbrokes has Ferrer at $5.70, and CrownBet has Nadal at $1.25. Now, if you have a look at our arbitrage calculator that you get with this guide, you're going to see here that you're going to put in your odds of the $5.70 and the $1.25. And it's also going to give you the option there to put in your total outlay that you're going to spend. In this case, let's say it's $800. Now, it's going to automatically tell you to place $143.88 on selection 1, which is on Ferrer at $5.70. It's going to tell you to put $656.12 on Nadal at $1.25. Now, this calculator is going to say, yes, there is an ARB opportunity, as you can see there in the red, and it's going to tell you that you're going to make a guaranteed $20.14 profit, regardless of who wins. And there you're getting a percentage return on investment of 3%. So how do you find these opportunities? Now, you can manually look at markets that have two possible outcomes, like head-to-head markets such as AFL, NRL, or basketball, or even three possible outcomes such as soccer with the draw option. Now, tennis isn't recommended as you've got the possibility of a walkover when a player retires. Now, you can search across the different bookmakers for an ARB opportunity, which is a little bit of a time-consuming process, and there's a lot of effort that goes into doing that, and you may not find one. Now, the other option is that you can use an alert service such as Bet on Value or Rebel Betting. Now, an alert service allows you to select the bookmakers that you have accounts with, and it will notify you when an arbitrage opportunity exists. Now, you do need to be able to act quickly though, as sports markets can move super fast, and if they do, you may lose your ARB window. Now, you may be wondering if arbitrage is legal, and the straightforward answer is yes, but bookmakers don't tend to look favourably upon it. Those $147.23 bets tend to raise a few red flags. They're odd amounts where only someone who might be tidying up their account, say from a multi-win where they've got an extra $7.23 on their balance, and they're tidying up their balance, so they might bet, say, $57.23 on something to tidy it up, or someone's arbitraging. And while it's legal, arbing will end up getting your account limited or shut down. Guaranteed. Now, what you can do is you could adjust your amounts slightly to even up your wager amounts that little bit, but you still would need to check that you don't lose your profit margin. So where the arbitrage calculator may tell you to place $147.23, you might decide to make it $145 or $150. And you just need to work out with your calculator what return that's going to get you. And then if you adjust the other one to also even it up, you just need to make sure that you're not losing that window. Now, if you did reduce your amount, say to $145, and by doing so, you might end up losing, say, $5 of that guaranteed $20 profit. And that is a decision, obviously, that you would need to make. But by doing so and evening out your wager, it's going to be less of a flag It's those odd amounts that will get you noticed. Now, spreading your arbitrage bets around can help to avoid this, but all bookmakers have the right to remove their availability to anyone at any time without notice. Okay, so you do need to take that account. Now, something we do need to talk about is that there are risks when it comes to arbitrage. Now, we do call them risks, but they can be mitigated. And some of these things are odds changes. Now, in the few moments that it takes to place the bets, your odds can change, and that can lose your arb opportunity. In those split seconds that you've got two screens up, you've got two different accounts, two different bookmakers, and you're placing the bet with one, you go to press the other one, and all of a sudden your odds have changed in just that moment since you've checked the arb. Yes, the odds are there, the opportunity, you've put it into the calculator, you go to place the bets and the arb has changed. And that is just the risk of doing it. There's no way around it. So you just do need to be aware that you can lose that opportunity in just those few moments. The other risk is walkovers. As we mentioned before in the tennis, that what happens then is that you have a return with your bet being voided, and this can leave one existing bet being active and you can risk a loss. So it's just best to avoid sports like this. The other risk is what's called a palp, or a palpable error. And this happens an absolutely remote amount of the time, and it's nearly non-existent. But we still must talk about it as a risk. Now, a palp occurs when a bookmaker has made an odds error, and all bookmakers have a right to cancel all bets that were placed in this situation and can leave you in that similar situation to a walkover, where you'll again have one existing bet going and with the other one being voided. And that's just a risk that can happen, but like we said, it hardly ever happens, but we still do need to mention it. Now, in our group that we have, we do offer arbitrage opportunities that come up, and we do provide that in our premium group. So those who are in our premium subscription, they actually get given those arbitrage opportunities in that group. So they don't need to be having an alert service or anything like that. Our sports analysts do look for these opportunities, and we do give those out to our subscription members. Otherwise, like we said, you can search for them manually, you can look for those odds, and you can use those alert services that we talked about. Okay, so that's arbitrage. Now let's get on to the next video.